Hello, everyone. I'm Esperanza Walsh, and this is Art from the Heart at St. Augustine's Church. We are still doing the sessions remotely due to the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. And today, we are still on the subject of underpainting. So, what we're going to do is to paint candles and a candle holder. Uh, of course, by applying underpainting. Okay, let's start. Now, in our previous session, in class, our live online session, we painted this and we painted this. So for this session online, we will do something in between. Both are applications of underpainting, candles with a candle holder, but we will do something in between just to demonstrate the technique, and you can apply it any way you want. So the first thing is applying the underpaint. So I am just going to use two candles here of different height, like so. And I'm doing this by drawing two yellow rectangles, roughly uh, rectangles. Um, I'm using lemon yellow as my base, my underpaint. And here below the rectangle, I'm painting a smaller rectangle, like so. And then I am uh, going to draw or paint a curve here, again with the same color. Okay, let me just make sure that that touches the middle. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here on this one. So from the middle, going down, and like so. And then I am going to paint here the stand, which is just like an oval. I did say it's something in between the two. And then for the next set of colors, I will use burnt sienna, and I will use that here for this stand. Not for the candle, but for the stand, like so. And since this is part of the stand, I'm going to paint this as well. And if you've noticed, okay, I've left some spaces still with the lemon yellow, and that is to create the dimension. So I painted more than half of it with the burnt sienna on the left side, and on the right side, just a small portion. Now, I am going to just dab some water with my wet brush just to spread that paint and make the transition look smoother, softer. Like so. So now the next color I'm going to use is burnt umber. So for burnt umber, I will do something similar. I will paint this side, but just a third of it, not more than half, just a third of it. Oh dear, something fell. Let me just remove that. Okay, I've removed that object which fell on the art piece. So again, we paint a third. And here we paint a third. And then again, just a narrow line here on the right side. And here again, we do the same thing. We paint a third of the base, like so. We spread it there, and a third. And again, here, just a narrow line. And then here as well. Again, a third of it, and just a narrow line. And now I'm rinsing my brush. Okay. And once it's clean, I make sure it has some water, but just a little bit, not too much for it to drip. I'm just going to help this spread a little bit here on the bottom bit, and also here on the top bit. And now, with the wet brush, I'm going to dab this area. Again, just to make the transition of the color smoother. There, perfect. Now I will start working on the candle. So I would now use yellow ochre, but it's basically the same as the base, but instead of burnt umber and burnt sienna, I will use yellow ochre and paint half of the candle, and then on the other side just a thin line like so. And then similarly, I'm just going to dab a wet brush on it just to make the lines look smoother. Okay, and then I'm going to spread this like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other candle. So just dab, dab, dab. And also on the other side, dab, dab, dab. And with the wet brush, we just spread the paint that is already there. Perfect. Next thing, we will just paint it with burnt umber on one side, but just like a line. So here, oops, I think that's a bit too dark, but let's see. It should be something like this. So since in this case, it didn't turn out that way, we would need to help it by painting it with water. Okay. Again, I think I overdone that, but let me just spread it evenly. Oh, I think that's perfect. Perfect. Now the next thing is the flame. Okay. For the flame, I will take yellow, either lemon yellow or yellow ochre. And then I will create the shape of the flame in that color, like so. And then I'm going to get some orange. So orange. And I'm going to paint orange around that yellow flame. But I will let the orange paint touch it. Like so. And if you have too much paint on it, you can just lift it. Like so. And then lastly, red. So I'm just going to paint some red here. Again, same thing. It touches the orange, but yeah, it goes around the orange, but also touches it. Yes. Okay, and now I am going to paint water around it, just water. And I will spread the paint that is already there. And then, while this is drying, we start painting black um, on some of the areas here to show the detail. So like so. Again, the darker the color, the lesser the paint. And then I will now spread this a little bit, again with the wet brush. Like so. And then a little bit more of black paint. Then here. The wick. So this is now our candle, two candles actually, on a candle holder, painted uh, using, well, painted, applying the technique of underpainting. So we have this three different art pieces now. Let me just remove the excess paint because it is now dripping and we don't want that. Bear with me. I want to show you a comparison of all three. So this is what we painted now. Again, we applied the underpaint. This is one of the art pieces painted earlier with the shadow. And this is a more complicated candle holder that we painted earlier, also with shadow here. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope you enjoy learning about underpainting. We will have one more session for underpainting before we go on to the next topic. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.